What's going on, everybody? Brett Mix here for you, Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe if you like my content. We do videos like this, SummerSlam Anthology, History of Wrestling every day, Matches of the Day. So if you subscribe, it would be a good benefit to you and me. Right now, we're going to SummerSlam 2015 from August 23rd from Brooklyn, New York. The first time SummerSlam has been away from the Staples Center in LA since 2008. So that was their SummerSlam home, but now they take it on the road to Brooklyn. JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry Lawler did the commentary. The main event of the night would be Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, a rematch from when Brock Lesnar broke the streak just a year and a half before this match. We opened it up with Randy Orton versus Sheamus. The story here was that both men cost each other the WWE title in recent months. Sheamus was the heel, Mr. Money in the Bank at the time. Orton was the face. They had a lot of chemistry together because they, quite frankly, have been in the ring together a lot. Sheamus hit a couple of hard, stiff forearms, and the crowd fans chanted with him as Orton was over the ropes, and he did the to the chest. Orton teased a punt, and his left eye was gouged a bit. Sheamus moved and hit the white noise for two. Orton's not allowed that punt anymore, though, so Sheamus took so long to get up the brogue kick, and Orton was able to avoid it at first. Sheamus then connected it in the corner, and then again in the middle of the ring, and covered up for 12:28. The victory goes to the heel, Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheamus. I rate this opener 3 stars. Like I said, the guys had good chemistry. I like the RKO out of nowhere. It was just a good match, good counter wrestling. Just solid match to open up a show. So 3 stars. Next, we had the tag team titles on the line in a multi-man match. We had the New Days as heels, Los Matador heels, Lucha Dragons were faces, and the Primetime Players, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, were the face champions, defending the titles against these 3 other teams. A lot of back and forth action. This was sort of a schmoz. It was action all over the place. The winners of the match, new tag team champions, the New Day. Titus O'Neil hit a Clash of the Titus on Diego. Kingston kicked O'Neil, and then Kingston covered Diego for the win at 11:20. So as I mentioned, the New Day win the tag team titles. So then the fans chanted New Day after the match, and they were over the top as heels, but they worked. It's something that worked, and it didn't look like the New Day was going to work at first. It looked like the New Day was going to be a bad Vince McMahon experiment, because I heard the rumor that McMahon created the idea, but that's when they were just, these church-going New Day at the start. They obviously incorporated a lot of their personality, and that's what made it blow up. Shocker. Surprise, surprise. Personality. People putting out their real personality leads to a good character. It's like the WWE doesn't learn from what made them successful. Stone Cold and The Rock became themselves and amped up. That's what worked for them. New Day did that too. That's what worked for them. It just makes me mad because they limit characters to these cheesy lines and just stereotypical "I'm gonna take your title at Survivor Series" lines. Just a little mini rant right there. Next up, we had Rusev with Summer Rae taking on Dolph Ziggler, who had Lana in his corner. So Rusev the heel, Summer Rae as his valet, while Ziggler was the face with Lana. Lana, obviously, formerly Rusev's manager and real-life wife. Rusev dominated early on, and his domination's usually methodical, so Ziggler was a good counter opponent because he keeps things fast. Unfortunately, Rusev applied a ton of submissions in the match, and rather than a methodical technique, it just seemed a little forced. Fans were more into Lana and Summer Rae on the outside. Summer took down Lana with a clothesline to the back of the head while the fans chanted Lana. Ziggler hit Rusev with a super kick and it put Rusev on the announce table. The ref was counting them out and Ziggler couldn't get back in the ring. The ref rang the bell and the fans booed the finish as the match went 11:50 to a double countout. So yeah, I just rate this star and 3/4 because the action in the ring was decent, but the ending really killed it. And like I say, the girls brattled all the way up the ramp. They're more into that than they were in the in-ring match. So that's why it gets the rating it does. Star 3/4, as I mentioned. Neville and Stephen Amell against Stardust and King Barrett. So would Amell be able to wrestle was the question here. And he actually did a decent job. I rate this 2 stars. Neville hit the Red Arrow splash on Barrett for the win at 7:35, but he held his own. Stardust and Barrett worked over the Mel in the corner, and obviously the hot tag was to Neville, and he ended up getting it. So, good job by the baby faces here. Just a standard tag match, though, so nothing more than 2 stars. Obviously, the addition of ML was the big story here. They set up the spots well with him, so no complaints. No big ones, anyway. Ryback defended his Intercontinental title against Big Show and Miz, so a triple threat match. I believe Big Show and Miz were even partners at one time, but didn't Show Miz wasn't that a thing? I knew Jericho was a thing. But Big Show's been on 18 different teams with different faces, different heel alignments. Can't keep track of it all. But the Big Show was a heel. Miz was a heel. As I said, Ryback's the defending babyface Intercontinental Champion. Show hit a KO punch on Miz. Ryback clothesline sent Show out of the ring. Ryback covered Miz, who was out after the KO punch, and Ryback got the victory at 5:33. Felt rushed. I give it 2 stars and a quarter because it was quality over quantity, but it did feel rushed. I gotta say that. Up next, the Wyatt family, where Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper took on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, the only 2 Shield members left, if they were even called the Shield at the time. I don't think they were, but Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose take on the Wyatt family, no less. We already know that these teams have great chemistry. Look at Elimination Chamber 2014. That's still one of the best matches in recent years that I've ever seen. I say recent years. It was almost 9 years ago now, but it feels like recent years. So that was a modern day classic back then. It's been a decade, and I still feel like it was yesterday. But this one doesn't have Seth Rollins or Eric Rowan, but this one does have the other 4. Seth Rollins is obviously not in the Shield anymore. This is the summer 2015, so that's long gone. Fans chanted Roman sleeping at one point when the heels worked him over. The Wyatt family had him in submission holds, and the fans chanted that. I thought that was pretty funny. Superman punch got hit by Wyatt when he tagged in. Reigns put Wyatt on his shoulders, and Ambrose nailed a clothesline off the top in a tribute to the Legion of Doom. That got a 2 count as they hit a Doomsday device. Reigns hit another Superman punch on Harper. Ambrose lifted up Harper, and Reigns hit a powerbomb on him. Wyatt was legal with Ambrose. They had an exchange where Ambrose nailed dirty deeds on Wyatt. Reigns tagged back in, and a huge spear on Reigns by Wyatt at 10:55 for the victory for Reigns and Ambrose. I give the match 3.5 stars. I thought it was a really good tag match. Again, they have really good chemistry together. 3.5 stars should suffice. It really was about their chemistry and action-packed match at SummerSlam. Next up, we had title for title. Heavyweight champion Seth Rollins against the United States champion Cena. Cena being the babyface, Rollins being the heel world champion. Cena the face U.S. champion. Title for title. The crowd was hot for this match. And when Jon Stewart got involved, he ran down with a steel chair, teased doing something. He nailed Cena in the ribs with the chair. The crowd cheered that. Rollins hit a pedigree onto the chair. The ref got back into it, and Rollins wins the U.S. title and remains champion at 1944, world champion. So now Rollins has both belts. The crowd loved that, and they popped for the finish. Even if Stewart was supposed to be this big heel in the finish, they are happy Rollins retained over Cena and then grabbed his gold too. I give it 4 stars and a quarter. I really liked it. The crowd was hot the entire match, which always helps a match overall. You'd be lying if you say a crowd's involvement doesn't help. We could have done without the Stewart stuff, but oh well. They needed to do. They needed to keep pimping him out. That's not the right word. Pimping him out. But I can't. The word is failing to ceases to fail in my brain right now. Publication. No. Promote him. That's the word I'm looking for. They needed to keep promoting him. Why I couldn't think of that, I have no idea. I'm reviewing wrestling. Maybe that's why. Team Bella, Nikki Brie, and Alicia Fox versus Team PCB, Paige, Charlotte, and Becky versus Team BAD, Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. So the heels were Nikki as the Divas Champion with Team Bella. Team Bad were heels as well, and the only faces of the group were PCB. That's Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. And is Charlotte ever a face? So really just Paige and Becky Lynch were the only faces here. Team BAD is eliminated first in this elimination match. Then Team Bella got eliminated, so Paige, Charlotte, and Becky are the victors. Brie kicked her way through, missed a missile drop kick. Pump handle slam into the suplex by Becky Lynch on Brie Bella. It was for the win at 15:20. I give this match 3 stars and a quarter. Really good women's match. They gave it time. Charlotte did some nice wrestling in the match. I'm not a big Charlotte fan, but I gotta give her props. When she comes to wrestle, she can. And I just thought that this match blew away expectations. So yeah, 3 stars and a quarter. Up next is another great match. We got Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. KO versus Cesaro. Cesaro was the face. Owens was the face when Cesaro was a face, but Owens was treated like a face. He was a heel, but they treated like one. There was a very fast pace to this match. Both guys hit tons of high-risk maneuvers, seating sentons, moonsaults, crossbodies. Owens, there was a neutralizer by Cesaro. There was a big slam off the top by Owens. He hit his offense. He did a lot of yelling in this match, Owens, but he usually hit a good spot right after he yelled. He always does that. He's really charismatic, was Owens, in this match. He went for a moonsault, but Cesaro moved out of the way and hit a super kick for a 2 count. A lot of near falls in this match. A lot of impressive back and forth action. A lot of good counter wrestling. Cesaro nailed an impressive looking uppercut outside of the ring. Owens sold it like a pro. Cesaro hit the Cesaro swing and stopped him about 10 times in. Cesaro applied a sharpshooter in honor of his injured tag team partner Tyson Kidd. Owens went to the ropes. They battled to the top rope. Owens was seated on the top rope. Cesaro jumped up and connected with a drop kick, which was amazing. Owens crotch tipped onto the top rope and then hit a cradle suplex off the top. Owens followed that up with a pop-up powerbomb at 14:18 to get the victory. I give this match 4 stars. It was excellent. Borderline classic here at SummerSlam between Cesaro and Owens. Very physical match. Next up, we have the main event. It's The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. And like I said at the beginning of the review, just a year and a half before this, the streak was broken. So Undertaker came for revenge, and he'd find his way to revenge through Suplex City. Lesnar and Taker really put together a good match. You could tell they were coming to near the end of Undertaker's in-ring ability, but he still put on a great performance. I really felt the match was 3.5 stars. Lesnar was going to win, but he had the Kimura lock on, but the ref called for the bell. Charles Robinson was saying, I never saw a tap. I never told you to ring the bell. And behind, Undertaker hit a low blow and then put on Hell's Gate, and that's what Lesnar fell unconscious to, so it wasn't really a clean finish, but Undertaker got the victory nonetheless in the time given at 17:50. So that's how this one ended, with Taker going over Lesnar. They were going to have, I believe, a rubber match, but I don't know if they ever did, because now it's 1-1 tied in the recent matches for 2014 and 2015. I'm not sure if they ever did have the rubber match, but they did tie it up 1-1 with Taker winning here and Lesnar winning at WrestleMania the year before. Like I say, it was a good effort by 2 veterans, a little bit past their prime, for Lesnar and much past his prime for Taker, but he still knew how to do it, and he was still putting on a great performance here. 3.5-star main event, as I mentioned. This pay-per-view has a lot of good wrestling matches on it. The Divas 6-man woman tag, not 6-woman tag, 3-lady tag, 3-team lady tag, so there was 9, or 6. Yeah, my math is off. Owens and Cesaro was excellent. I give the pay-per-view 7.5 out of 10. This is why I can't add, because I'm thinking about what I'm giving it out of 10. All these numbers are in my head at the same time. So 7.5 out of 10 for SummerSlam 2015. The first SummerSlam away from LA, as I mentioned, since 2008. As 2009 to 2014 happened all from the Staples Center, but this one was in Brooklyn. And a pretty good show, so I recommend watching it. 7.5 out of 10 is a pretty good rating. Alright, I'm Brett Mix. Hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next SummerSlam review. Have a good day, everyone. I'm out.